How's it going? Kevin Clear here with The View from the Pew. And this is my second video today, and I want to talk about something that I think may be just a little bit controversial, but I hope I can give some perspective on it. And the issue is modesty. Before everyone goes crazy, Kevin's going to tell us to wear long dresses and sweaters and all that kind of stuff. I want to say that I'm going to leave that up to you, but I'm going to tell you something else. What I'm going to tell you is, first, that in our culture, in our society, and probably in every culture that's ever been, what we wear makes a point. What we wear is communicating something. You know, it could be we're communicating our respect for a certain institution or situation by dressing up. It could be that we're communicating our favorite brand or our favorite activity or our favorite pastime with the clothing that we wear. And that's all fine. We can also, though, be communicating something about our status. Our status financially, socially, sexually. And so when we think about all of those things, we understand that with what I'm wearing, I'm making a point. The next question we need to ask then is, what's that point? What is it that I'm saying? And so that's the first thing I want you to consider. What are you communicating with what you've chosen to wear? And the Bible addresses this. There were some, it seems, who were wanting to communicate how great they were and how fantastic they were, and especially demonstrate their standing in society by wearing certain things, by putting on the outward person some things that would make people go, wow, they're really something else. But what the Bible says about that is, don't do it. If you want people to think something of you, you get them to think that by who you are on the inside, by your character. And that's pretty important. And that makes modesty much broader than too tight, too small, too much skin, all of that stuff. It makes modesty apply to how you present yourself. Now I'm going to tell you a story about my dad. He was a salesperson, and he had meetings with wealthy business people. And because of that, he had some suits that were very, very expensive. More than I've spent on all of my suits in my whole life. And he would wear those to business meetings with people who were, upper management of various companies that were going to be clients. He wouldn't wear those suits to church because they said the wrong thing. He had suits that he would wear to church that were just regular couple $100 suits, or just shirt and tie, whatever. And that is the application of modesty. The same thing is true of someone of the opposite sex who tries to draw attention to themselves using their body or showing their body, trying to draw attention using their, thousands and thousands of dollar handbag or shoes or something else. If that's what you're doing to draw attention to yourself, you're doing it the wrong way. What the Bible says about drawing attention to yourself is that you do it with your character, with your kindness, with your gentleness, with your generosity. Those are the kind of traits that you want to demonstrate for people. And so when we talk about modesty, it doesn't, in fact, shouldn't be so much about sexuality. Sometimes we boil it down to just that. That's not what the Bible does. That's not how the Bible handles that subject. The Bible says modesty is about how we're going to draw attention to ourselves. Are we going to draw attention to ourselves with who we are on the outside, or are we going to draw attention to ourselves with who we are on the inside? We all are well aware of that famous saying, don't judge a book by its cover. Well, the Bible sort of says the opposite thing. The Bible makes you the book and says, don't get everyone to judge you by your cover. Get them to judge you by what's on the inside, by what's coming out of your heart. And that's the view from the pew.